We've got some more Transformers leaks to talk about and some more information on already leaked figures. So, first off, I thought that the last wave of Age of the Primes, the wave that just came out for pre order with Power Glide, Animated Ratchet, etc., etc., I thought that wave was going to have a leader class packaging refresh of Armada Megatron because that's what leak lists originally intended. And then it also got me thinking of, well, we usually get a Gen Selects Titan early in the new year. What if they re-release this Megatron mold because they're going to re-release Tidal Wave in the Generation Selects lines? Either a toy accurate Titan class Tidal Wave, Energon accurate Tidal Wave, and then if they re-release this Megatron, you can have the Tidal Wave and the Megatron together to do their burning Megatron mode or the Super Megatron mode. I thought maybe that's what they were getting at. But no, apparently this has changed, and it's no longer just a packaging refresh of Armada Megatron. It's going to be a leader class Megazarak at retail, which is insane to me. So a couple years ago, I went down like a rabbit hole of looking at Transformers repaints and a lot of stuff that takes place in the early 2000s. I don't know, like a lot of the Armada, the Unicron trilogy, and the RID 2001 figures. Those figures have so many repaints I didn't know about because I wasn't into Transformers at the time. I was too young. And the fact that we'd be getting a Megazarak at retail kind of blows my mind. I never would have expected it because it's such an obscure pick. But then again, so is doing a Beast. Like, this is such an obscure character to get a mainline release, which I know Hasbro's, in the past couple of years, Hasbro's been no stranger to really obscure characters getting mainline releases. But this is just a crazy one, especially because Leader Class isn't cheap anymore. But I'm happy about it. I would totally get this. I think this is a really, really cool idea if this turns out to actually be a Megazarak. I did some brief reading on Megazarak's character because I wasn't sure if he was just another version of Zarak from like G1 and Headmasters, but he's his own character and he kind of takes over like universes. So he's a really cool character. And if this is true, I like his color scheme. If this is true, I would totally buy this. The next listing that we have is a Gen Selects multi-pack with Ironhide, Blue Streak, and Mirage. And this is another one that kind of gets me excited because the original Studio Series Ironhide, G1 Ironhide, has a clear plastic chest, and I'm not sure if there's any like major breakage issues, but over time I would be concerned that the hinges and everything around his chest could break, like if you transform him frequently or you're messing around with him after a while. So I'm pretty sure Ironhide is going to have an opaque chest, painted, just like the dead Studio Series version that got released a couple years ago, just minus the battle damage. So fans can finally get an Ironhide with a solid chest and no battle damage. I think this has to be what this Ironhide is going to be. And it's what fans have been asking for the past, like, when did Ironhide come out? Like 3 years ago? Like, people have been wanting this for a long time. So Blue Streak is interesting. We know that we're getting a Studio Series Prowl, according to leak lists. It's going to be, and I guess kind of the second wave of the Studio Series 86 movie anniversary subline. So the one with Hound, the one with Scourge, the one with Hot Rod. That it seems like that line is going to be broken up into two waves. We already know this because the Megatron, the battle damaged Megatron, has a different street date than all the other releases so far. I think his pre-order date is July, when everyone else is March or April. So we know there's going to be two waves. According to the leak list, Prowl will be in that second wave. And for that figure, I've talked about this in a previous video, I'm expecting the same thing as Ironhide. It will be the dead version of Prowl, just without the battle damage. So it will have no clear plastic in the legs, because that was a big thing on the Datsun mold, the Earthrise Datsons. And yeah, so just more solid overall, fully opaque, just no battle damage. And it'll have the blue windshields to match everyone else in Studio Series. So I think that will be great. I think Blue Streak will look really, really good. Is it necessary? That's up for you to decide, because the Earthrise Blue Streak already is a really good figure, and I think just giving him this solid plastic is just the cherry on top. Hopefully he still has a different head than Prowl, because for Earthrise, Prowl shared the same head as him, which wasn't accurate, and for Siege, I'm pretty sure he shared the same head as Prowl. So they do have different heads. They don't have identical heads. Hopefully they get this right, because Earthrise and Siege messed up the heads. Hopefully these new releases of Prowl and Blue Streak have proper different heads. Prowl's crest is a little thinner and a little pointier than Blue Streak's. And then as for Mirage, this one's most likely going to be a re-release of the Kingdom Mirage. Maybe his deck will be changed just a little bit. The only issue I have with that is that the Siege Mirage had a shoulder mount for his rocket launcher, for his cannon. And then when they made the Earthrise version, he lost that. He still has a little tab around his shoulder where you can plug it onto. It just doesn't look like a proper rocket launcher. So if there's a way that they could do a little bit of retooling from Mirage and give him a proper shoulder-mounted rocket launcher, that would be great, but I wouldn't expect it. So that's what I think for this 3-pack. We're going to get Studio Series Ironhide, solid chest. We're going to get Blue Streak, same as the Earthrise, just solid plastic. I really don't think they're going to make a new Datsun mold. And Mirage, I think, is just going to be basically a packaging refresh of the Siege Mirage, which is good because some people passed on that and they want a proper G1 Mirage. So do I think this 3-pack is necessary? No, but it will be nice to have to make everything more unison. And then because this exists, I think this implies another pack later on with a Ratchet with a solid chest, similar to what they're doing with this Ironhide. I think we're going to get another pack with a Ratchet, and then whoever they pack with this Ratchet remains a mystery. But if you look at everything Hasbro's been doing this year, they've been doing a lot of G1 Season 1 characters. So you could say they're going to do a Ratchet, they're going to do a Smokescreen, maybe they would do a red Diaclone Mirage. I don't think they'd do that for the next one. I think we should expect another pack with Ratchet, not Smokescreen, because Smokescreen is a Season 2 character. I think we should expect a 3-pack with Ratchet, maybe a Trailbreaker, maybe a packaging refresh from the Autobots Stand United 5-pack, and maybe that same Jazz from the same pack. So those 3 characters, or because they could swap out this Mirage with the Kingdom Sideswipe, who also, because the Mirage and Dinobot were a 2-pack, or no, the Mirage and Grimlock were a 2-pack in Kingdom, and then there was also the Sideswipe and Beast Wars Skywarp 2-pack. So I think that they could swap out Mirage for that Sideswipe, because they just released a Gamer Edition Sideswipe last year that had the incorrect head. He had Red Alert's head, and that really bothered me. So this could be them redeeming themselves, releasing the Earthrise Sideswipe with the proper head, which would ultimately look a lot like the Kingdom version, if not just the same as the Kingdom version. And then the third figure is a mystery. It could be Trailbreaker, it could be Jazz, it could be Gears, really any Season 1 character. I think this because look at everything they've released this year. We have a Wheeljack, Season 1 character, he was a packaging refresh. We have Sunstreaker, we have Hound. All 3 of those figures were from the Autobots Stand United 5-pack. We're just missing Jazz and Trailbreaker, and I'm sure that they will find a way to re-release Jazz and Trailbreaker sometime this year. We know we are going to get Prowl in the Capsule 9. This 3-pack with Ironhide, Blue Streak, and Mirage is already Season 1 characters. So I think by the end of 2026, maybe early 2027, we should expect re-releases of all the Season 1 Autobots, and probably all the Season 1 Decepticons too, except maybe Reflector. That one's kind of up in the air. Now we have some additional information on the 2027 Walmart capsule, which is really interesting. So when I saw these listings for Energon figures like Energon Megatron, Dark Energon Megatron, Energon Optimus Prime, and then Energon Cybertronic and Energon Cybertread, I didn't know what to think. But I knew it wasn't going to be the actual like Transformers Energon versions of the characters, because there's no way they would do an Energon Optimus Prime as a capsule line. When we saw Dark Energon Megatron, I thought, could this be a Transformers Prime subline? But we know it doesn't seem like there's a Transformers Prime Megatron coming anytime soon, so I also thought that was unlikely. So now we know the Dark Energon Megatron will be using the Siege Megatron mold that refuses to die, and it's going to be in a black and purple color scheme. So the Siege Megatron continues to live, and this will be the minor version that came out in the 2-pack with Orion Pax, I think, or was it Rat-Bat? I think it was Rat-Bat, actually. So expect this to look like the IDW black and purple Megatron. Um, I get a little bit of Transformers Cyberverse Megatron X vibes from it. So this is cool. I have wanted a modern black and purple Megatron. I just don't want the Siege version again. Like, by the time this releases, this has to be like the 15th use of the Siege Megatron mold. It has been used to death, and I can't believe that they're still using it when we have a amazing new Megatron, the 86 Megatron. I would love a black and purple redeco of that, or even a black and purple redeco of Megatronus with a Megatron head, because I also think the Megatronus could be repurposed into a Megatron, whether it's IDW or some other Megatron. But to go back to the Voyager Siege mold, the Siege Minor Megatron mold, I think is a mistake. I don't know. It's going to have to look really good in person, because I don't want another Siege Megatron. We're tired of Siege Megatron. And then the Optimus Prime is also really strange, because it's a Siege Optimus Prime reuse. So when I read Siege Optimus Prime reuse in blue, my head immediately goes to the Diaclone Ultra Magnus toy. The cab of that robot is Optimus Prime, and it was a blue and black Optimus Prime. Eventually, this cab robot for Diaclone Ultra Magnus becomes Magna Convoy. In the Takara comics that went with the Legends figures, he became Magna Convoy, and got a release in 2017 with the Classics Optimus Prime mold, and then just more recently with Shattered Glass Ultra Magnus, the cab robot was painted to look just like Magna Convoy, just like the G1 Diaclone Ultra Magnus cab robot. So when I read that, I'm thinking that we're going to get Siege Optimus Prime painted into a Magna Convoy. Now, I could be on point here, or I could be totally off. I don't know what to think, and I don't know why they're using the Siege Optimus Prime, because I think the Earthrise Optimus Prime is better, but it's probably cheaper for Hasbro to reproduce the Siege version than the Earthrise version, because they are pretty different figures. I just think it's weird that we're getting a Siege Optimus Prime in 2026, or maybe in 2027. Like, that's kind of crazy to me. I really hope it's Magna Convoy. I could be wrong about this Optimus Prime and this Megatron. It could mean that it's just going to be like an Optimus Prime with clear blue, and the Megatron could have clear purple, and I think that would be a mistake. I think they should be fully painted, but since it's an Energon subline, I wouldn't be surprised if they have Optimus has that clear blue Energon look to him, and Megatron has that clear purple dark Energon look to him. Then we also have more information on the other two really, really random listings. So Energon Cybertronic is going to be a reuse of Siege 6 Gun, and Energon Cybertread is going to be a reuse of Siege Slammer. Makes sense. These two figures haven't gotten a lot of reuses. Actually, I don't think Siege Slammer has gotten any reuses. Siege 6 Gun has gotten a couple reuses. Was reused as one of the Power Dashers. I forget which one. I think that was his only reuse, actually. So it's interesting, and again, because these are the Energon versions of these supposed new characters, does that mean they're gonna have clear plastic as well, like clear blue or whatever? Who knows? I think this would be a perfect opportunity for Hasbro to do the Metro Squad from Metro Titan. So Metro Titan, I'm sure if you're watching this video, you know, but Metro Titan is a Decepticon version of Metroplex, who has a really, really cool color scheme. Metro Titan appeared in the Zone comics or the Zone manga over in Japan in G1, and I loved Metro Titan's color scheme. The purple, the red, the white, I think it looked fantastic. And I always wanted a Generations Metro Titan to go with Metroplex, but we never got it. So how Metroplex has Slammer, 6 Gun, and Scamper, Metro Titan has his own version, which are called the Metro Squad. So it's Metro Shot, Metro Bomb, Metro Dash, and Metro Tank. Metro Titan gets a Micromaster thrown in there because he's a later release. But Metro Shot is basically a blue and white version of 6 Gun. And I think he looks awesome. I love his color scheme. And then Metro Tank is a blue and white version of Slammer. So this would be the perfect opportunity for them to release Metro Shot and Metro Tank. I don't think we're going to get it, but I really, really hope these two releases resemble them. Even if they just slightly resemble them, I'd be happy. And I don't think that means we're going to be getting a Metro Titan. As much as I want a Metro Titan, I don't think we're going to get one anytime soon. And it definitely would not be a reuse of the Thrilling 30s Metroplex. I think it would be an entirely new mold. So hopefully in the future we get a new Metroplex, because I know fans really want a new Metroplex and a new Metro Titan to go with it. That would be my dream. There's that we can get two really obscure Japanese G1 characters, because I love all the obscure Japanese G1 characters. So please, Hasbro, please make these resemble members of the Metro Squad. But that's not all. We also have a look at the next gen, at the Gen Selects Combiner Pack, which will be Monstructor. So years ago I made a video when Volcanicus got revealed, and I said Volcanicus is 100% going to get repurposed into Dino King, and if we're lucky, Dino King will get repurposed into Monstructor. And it looks like we finally got it. So months ago there was leaked pictures of this Monstructor, and people were saying it's AI, it's not real. Well, to me it looked pretty real, and now we finally have confirmation that it looks like it was a real photo, just ran through an AI or something to differentiate it a little bit. And oh my god, this looks good. As much as I want a full-size Dino King and a full-size Monstructor, we're probably not going to get it. They're really obscure, and if we did get it, it would likely be through a HasLab. But just for a fun retail release, I think this is great. The Combiner mode looks amazing. The individual robot modes I think look pretty good. You can tell they're repurposed from the Dinobots, but I'm just happy we're getting modern versions. In the Beast modes, a lot of them are a stretch. Hopefully a lot of them are mistransformed. But again, I'm just happy that this exists. And let's be honest, pretty much everyone is just going to display it in combined mode anyway. So it's okay if the individual modes are a little wonky. The Combiner mode looks really good. The head looks fantastic. Colors are great. It is missing the Pretender shells, like every modern Pretender release. I can't believe some people actually thought that we'd get Pretender shells with this, because we haven't gotten Pretender shells with anything since Legacy. So I would like them to do proper Pretenders one day, maybe similar to the Age of the Primes Micronus. I don't think it's going to happen for a long time, if ever. I think making them look more like the inner robots was the right idea, the right call. But I'm happy with it. I'm happy that we're getting another cool combiner, an obscure combiner, and I can't wait for them to go up for pre-order. So what do you guys think? Do you think I'm right about Megatron being IDW inspired, Optimus being a Magna Convoy, and do you think we're going to get the Metro Squad? Do you think I'm close? Do you think I'm off? Do you think I'm dreaming? And are you going to get Monstructor? Let me know in the comments below.